Hey everyone, Boardgame Brody here with Project L, a Tetris-style tile matching game by Boardcubator. Project L is a fast-paced tile matching game using 3D puzzles with amazing components that go along with the game. You will be using your tiles to complete puzzles starting with just 2 beginning pieces, and each player has 3 actions on their turn to develop an engine to gain the most points. As you progress and upgrade your pieces, you will be able to efficiently complete even more difficult puzzles, gaining you even more points. Each puzzle you complete awards you with the stated points on that puzzle. You will need to use your 3 actions efficiently to complete the most puzzles to win the game. The game is set up as you can see here, and there are white and black puzzles to solve using as many or more likely the least number of tiles that you can to complete it. There are several different sized tiles that may fit better or worse depending on the puzzle that you're trying to solve. Starting with the level 1 tile, each level will add a square to the tile piece, with level 4 being at the top. When completing a puzzle, you will gain the points listed, and also if there is a tile reward shown, you will gain the listed tile as well. Players will use 3 actions per turn from a choice of 5 total actions. Take! In this action, you will take one of the puzzles from any of the 2 rows. After taking a puzzle, it will automatically be replaced with another. Also, if you don't want one of the face-up puzzles from either rows, you can take a puzzle face down that's on top of either pile, of course without looking at it. You can only have 4 unfinished piles that you're working on, so you won't be able to take this action if you already have the 4. Recycle. If you don't like any of the revealed puzzles in a row, you can take all the face-up puzzles in a row, place them on the bottom of the corresponding deck in any order that you would like, and then you can refill the row with 4 new puzzles. Upgrade. You can either take a new level 1 piece from the reserve and add it to your own personal supply, or you can return a piece from your personal supply and take a replacement piece that is either the same level, any level lower, or 1 level higher. If you decide to take a higher level tile and there are no pieces in the reserve of that level in any of their shapes, then you can take a replacement from the next available level. Place. Here, you will take one of your tiles in your personal supply and place it onto one of your puzzles. When placing a tile, you can flip or rotate the piece in any way. But when placing it, it cannot overlap with any other pieces. And once the piece is placed in a puzzle, it cannot be later moved or removed until the puzzle is completed. Master. Here you can place a tile from your personal supply into each puzzle that you have. This action is going to be the most efficient action for you to take, so I would recommend taking it as much as you can. You can also choose this action to place a tile on as many puzzles as you would like, as at times you won't be able to place tiles on all your puzzles. But you cannot place more than 1 tile on each puzzle. This master action is so efficient that you can only perform this action once per turn. Those are the 5 actions, and at the end of any action where all the recessed areas of a puzzle has been completely filled with tiles, it is considered completed. And multiple puzzles can be completed after a single action at the same time. When completing a puzzle, you will first return the pieces from the puzzle back into your personal supply. Yep, you get them back. You will then take a reward piece if there is one listed on the puzzle that you just completed, and you will take that from the reserve and place it into your personal supply. The finished puzzle will then be placed face down, forming your victory points pile to the left of your player mat. If you still have any actions remaining after completing a puzzle, you will then continue taking those actions. After finishing your 3 actions, the next player will go, and so on. Players will keep on playing until the black puzzle deck is empty. At that point, the game end is triggered and the players will finish their current round and play one final round, making sure all players take the same amount of turns. Whenever the game end is triggered, you will see that there won't be any black puzzles to replace the ones placed face up. The players can now only take a maximum of 1 black puzzle during their turn, including the player who triggered the endgame. After the final round ends, each and every player can still place any number of tiles from their own personal supply into the puzzles in front of them following the normal rules of placement. But for each tile placed in this manner, 1 point is deducted from the player's final score. When every player has decided on their finishing touches at that point, then any completed puzzles are placed in the victory point pile as normal, but the players don't collect any pieces for rewards. Players will then count up their points by counting up the total numbers of points on all their puzzles in their victory point pile, and then they will deduct points for each incomplete puzzle equal to its point value. So you need to make sure that you finish your puzzles, and then you will deduct 1 point for every tile that you place during the finishing touches phase. The player with the most points wins the game. Ties are broken by the player who finished the most number of puzzles. You can also play the game more strategically by keeping the finished puzzles for each player face up, so everyone knows how many points each player has and can choose their actions from all the information available. Also, there is a solo mode and a 4 to 6 player option as well that changes some of the setup but is played very similar. The game is a great take on Tetris board game style. The game is simple to learn, turns are quick, but still with 3 actions you have flexibility to guide your strategy. The 5 different types of actions make everything that you want to do available, and you will be upgrading tiles and grabbing puzzle boards and placing tiles on your puzzles most of the time, but those other rare actions still impact your plans and can make a big difference. The puzzles are all different, making certain puzzle pieces better or worse for your situation. So there are puzzles that might be more right for certain players at certain times, but still all the puzzles would still be able to be fulfilled by any player if they chose to take additional actions to fulfill it. So really the game is all about efficiency. How efficient can you be to complete puzzles, and which puzzles will help you to be more efficient? The gameplay is very enjoyable and actually pretty amazing. Something else that is amazing in the game that I'd like to mention is the components. I mean, the tiles are done very well, and they aren't cardboard tiles or plastic tiles used in the game like Blockus, but they have this color and this feel that is very satisfying. The puzzle boards are recessed so that the tiles drop in nicely. Dots are added to help count how many squares would be needed in a certain shape to fulfill that puzzle. The 4 to 6 player variant is a nice touch as 2 players play at the same time, one using the puzzle boards on one side and the other player using the puzzle boards on the other. Turns then alternate to the 2 players sitting clockwise to those players until the rotation comes back to the player, and now they do their turn using the other side of the puzzle boards. This ultimately gives players the choice of 3 puzzle boards for each type per turn, but every other turn it's 3 different puzzles for each type. This gives a good variety for all players and helps eliminate downtime as you won't be waiting as long to play your next turn. So again, a play of Tetris board game style that is simple to learn with fast turns. It includes ways to be flexible and strategic. So grab your family and friends to place Tetris style tiles on puzzles to gain points and win in Project L by Boardcubator. Again, this is Boardgame Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.